The simulator tool allows us to understand the likely consumer demand for these changes in the product design or the new products. There are 8 simulator tools coming from this research for each of the different products that we tested. And in this video, we're going to look at the example of chairs. So let's take a look at what the simulator tool looks like and the interface and how it works. The first thing to note is that the simulator tool has a lot of functionalities. You don't need all of these, so in this video, we're just going to show you some of the important ones. At the first step, please make sure that you select the Clean Data segment under the drop-down menu segment under Segments Cleaned. The raw data has undergone various quality checks, and the Clean Data segment only contains the high-quality data, which is what you want to use for your analysis. As a second step, you can choose from different types of analyses under the drop-down menu calculation type here. The 2 top analyses, willingness to pay and preference share, are the relevant types for this research, and the 3 bottom ones are not really relevant or applicable for this research, so you can basically just ignore them for now. Okay, now that you've seen how the interface works, let's look at an example for how you could use this tool. You can use this tool for several purposes. One is competitive analysis, so you could explore how different products compare with each other on these different metrics, so in terms of customers' willingness to pay for them, as well as their preference for each of the products with these different configurations that you can choose from. Another purpose, and this one is more relevant to the research that we conducted, is to use the tool to understand the relative value of different levels of a feature or an attribute. So imagine you would like to know how much customers value that a certain product contains recycled materials. For example, what if a manufacturer would like to offer a new version of a chair that, rather than using virgin wood for the legs or for other types of the product, is now made from 100% recycled wood or reclaimed wood. So first you can use the willingness to pay analysis to look at how much the customers are willing to pay extra for the recycled material content. Now, the first thing you do for this type of analysis is that you mirror the same product configuration in the baseline option and in option 2. And you can pick any, basically, as long as they are the same. So in this case, we have chair model 1, the same price, $100 or $99. The same material composition, recycled content is the same, and recyclability is all set to the same. And then by changing a single attribute at a time, you can then explore how customers value this feature on the different metrics. And we're starting here with the willingness to pay. So if the chair would be made from 25% recycled materials, customers would be willing to pay a price premium of $7. If it was 67%, the price premium would be $14. And if it was made from 100% recycled materials, which would have to be, in some cases, maybe reclaimed wood and plastic, so it could get a bit tricky for the manufacturer, the willingness to pay would be $23. Using the preference share analysis, you can then explore how higher levels of recycled material, let's say 67%, would influence the share of customers that would prefer this product over the current product, which has no recycled material content. So you go under preference share. Again, you mirror option 1 of the baseline option and option 2 in all the product configurations. And then you can change here the recycled material content to 67%. And what you see is there's a preference share for the new product option with recycled materials would be 69% in comparison to 31% for the old option or existing option, which has no recycled material content. So what if instead you wanted to know if consumers would be interested in a product that is recyclable? So rather than making changes to your product by using recycled materials, you are redesigning it so that it was 100% recyclable. You can select that here, change the spec to no recycled materials, change this to fully recyclable, and you can see that the preference share for this new fully recyclable product is likely to be 80% in comparison to 20% for the existing non-recyclable product. You could also look at changes to more than one attribute together. So maybe you think you can replace 25% of your existing materials with recycled materials, and you can also make the product fully recyclable. And you can see that the share for this product would be 79% over 21. Lastly, you can also explore the trade-offs that customers are making. So sure, they might care about a product being environmentally friendly, but what if this means compromise quality or compromise performance? So you can keep the product as it is, what we specified before, and then you could change the material composition to a cheaper material, plastic, metal with a wood look finish, rather than natural wood. And you can see that the preference share would go down a little bit here, but it's not a significant change. And what about the model? I mean, surely you are interested in what the chair looks like and whether it fits your existing living room. So let's have a look at what the model looks like. First, we change this back, and then we look at whether the model influences customer choice. We change it to chair 3, which looks like this. Then you see that actually even more people would prefer this product because they already have a preference for chair model 3 over chair model 1. So you can really play around with this, and you can get a feel for the consumer preferences and the consumer trade-offs. If you want to better understand what exactly influences this preference share, then we can look here at the feature importance graph, and you can see that the most important things are recyclability, more so than recycled content. So it makes sense that if you make changes to the recyclability of your product, the preference share is influenced more than if you are thinking about increasing the recycled material content.